Ow! Seems a little like I'm looking sideways. There, I'm here. I have my comment button up. All right, for anybody live, welcome to It Is All About Anxiety, baby. I'm Dr. Tiff from Healing Touch Chiropractic, and we're just going to dive in. I'm going to start with the stat. This stat. And when you come, say hi, can you? And when you're on replay, say hashtag replay hi, please. The stat. 1 out of 4 women are on an SSRI, an anti-anxiety, antidepressant, anti-worry, all the things. 1 out of 4 people. Now, I could break this up into kids. I could break this up into adults. Hi, Lo. Hi, Cal. What I want to talk about is what normal people do and then what people like us do. I have had an affinity with working in the mental health world of my practice of being a chiropractor. And I just started noticing that just about every single woman was either medicated for anxiety and or depression, or they were experiencing it. And usually, if they were medicated for it, they actually weren't happy. Let's just let that sit in for just one hot minute. Even though they're medicated for it, many of them more than one med, they weren't happy. What the hell are we doing? Now, this is no fault of anybody. What this is all about is how do we rise to a higher level of personal responsibility and recognize what they are giving us for solutions isn't what will light your body up. It isn't from the inside out. It isn't holistic, meaning nothing from the inside or nothing from the outside. So Louise Hay says anxiety is not trusting the flow of life. In every single person's body that I adjust that struggle with anxiety and or depression, and I put them into one category, but I don't mean that they're one category. That is what I feel. Not trusting the flow of life. Holding on so hard that you don't even know what your heart's trying to tell you. You don't even know what your body's telling you. You are in adrenaline. You are in an unsafe place. Well, the body doesn't heal when it's not safe. There's a reason why nervous system regulation is a buzzword right now. Because safety is the opposite. Well, safety is nervous system regulation. Unsafety is the opposite. Unsafe body is threat. It's fear. And I think we all might agree the paradigm now that is governing the medications given and the treatments offered are rooted in fear. If you don't do this, then this. Oh, well, you don't need to take this, but I mean, I can't guarantee. Is there anybody in that place of leadership that empowers you? That asks you to trust your body? That helps you be more aware of what might actually be going on? Like what your life, what your voice, what your heart, what your mind, what everything actually says? Is there anybody talking about how misalignment affects your life? No. Not in that division of leadership. So it's up to us. Like, it's up to you to step up. One of the questions I would like to ask you is, what do you have your faith in? I don't mean religion. I mean, what do you have your faith in? Do you have your faith in you? Do you have your faith in your body? Do you have your faith in your heart? Do you have faith in you are being taken care of? Do you have faith that you can do it, you can be it, you can lead it? Or have you given up? Do you think that that treatment option that puts something in you from the outside that is foreign, that will change your physiology, that will change your chemistry, that will change your mood, it'll change your hormones, it'll change your cycle, it'll change you as a person? You have more faith in that than your body? You have more faith in that than your choice? You have more faith in that than your personal responsibility to take care of yourself? It's apparent. Most do. And most people under my hands are starting to see a new way. They're experimenting with something different. Because when you just say, screw it, I'm not going down this path anymore. And what I'm going to do is put my faith in something different than I have my whole entire life. Because we put faith in the things that we put faith in because that's just all we know. We aren't aware of that being a belief system. But the belief system that I believe in is you don't put anything in your body from the outside. Let's figure out how to make what we got work. Let's figure out how safety feels. Let's figure out what regulation looks like. Let's figure out what threshold is. Let's figure out a foundation for your life. Like, why are you here? Let's figure out what alignment feels like. So, as I was thinking about what I was going to talk about, and I was going to bring 3 to 5, things forward about what I see and what I notice, and especially since 2020, what I have noticed. The age that this is happening is 3 now? 4? 2? Why is that? Kids are told how to think by the people they live with and the people that raise them. And so parents since 2020 are healthier or sicker? Kids since 2020 are healthier or sicker? It's pretty easy to define that. So not only is how you think and how you feel and the choices that you're making affecting you and your ability to heal, and just tied into your belief system that you trust something other than you, it's now changing the generation that you're raising. And that's where the problem is. Because yeah, things are hard. I get it. But if your decision is that you will trust a pill, you will trust a doctor visit, you will trust an experimental anything they give you, you will trust surgery over taking responsibility and doing the work, that belief system is being passed on. So when they have the things that come up, they're looking for the outside-in approach. We've all heard of lobotomies, maybe. I was at an event last weekend, actually, and this conversation came up on where we're going, where we were, where we're going. Oh my gosh, we have to stop. Like, we have to stop the train. And in the 1950s and 60s, they did lobotomies, which was surgery, like surgical surgery of the prefrontal cortex for the people who had anxiety, the people who had depression, the people who had mental health issues. And they don't do those anymore. But most people will say, like, oh my God, that was barbaric. That was brutal. What were they thinking? Do you think taking that pill is any different? It's not. It's doing the same thing. It's changing every single part of you. And I don't know many people who have said, hey, Tiff, I still feel like I'm me. No, instead they say, this doesn't feel good at all. Like there's something not right. I don't even know who I am. I don't even know what to do. I'm numb. I'm angry. I'm sad. I don't want to be with my partner. I'm depressed. So we have the power to change it. I want to not be so inspirational that says like you can change whatever you want, but like without that, what else is there? I know you can. I know with our help you can. I don't know many other modalities that work so deeply with the nervous system, that changes the chemistry, that changes the function of the vagus nerve, the phrenic nerve, making sure this is open for business. It's not interfered with. I don't know other modalities. So there may be pieces, right? Breath work, genius. Pilates, yoga, nature, massage, like they're light systems, PEMF mats, red light therapy, Rife, ion cleanses. Like, I don't know, there's a million things. There's a million things that help you come back to ease. But if you don't believe, and if you don't have faith that your body is the thing doing it, it will not hold, it will not work. If you think, wow, should have grabbed some water. If you think going to do one session of a sauna is going to open up your detox pathways and decrease your anti-inflammatory or inflammatory pathways, you're wrong if your lifestyle remains the same and if your mindset continues to keep you in the path that you think that is the thing that's healing you. That's the mistake. It isn't. You are. Every single adjustment is you, facilitated by us. Every single thing that you do is you doing it. Being activated, being initiated by something else. Being in partnership with something else. Because when I feel a body that feels like they're losing control, doesn't trust their body, doesn't trust their heart, doesn't trust their intuition, is addicted to being busy, doesn't ever have pause. So the first time and the only time they can slow down in a day is when they're ready to go to bed, because otherwise their body turns off. What part are you missing? Where do you put your faith? Where do you put your faith? How do we come back here? How can you start to breathe? What does safety feel like in your body? How can you get back to the basics? How can you get off your phone? I know many people that eat healthy, have a great home life, they have financial security, and are miserable. I also know a lot of people who do things not the right way all the time. Maybe they don't eat so healthy. Maybe they drink a little bit too much beer. But life is freaking extraordinary. Why? Why? It's because of what they put their faith in. It's because the standards that they hold for themselves are like, I'm going to make this the greatest art ever. My life is the greatest piece of art ever. So as long as we keep chasing all this stuff, hi Becca, as long as we keep chasing, we won't find it. Because when you're chasing, you're putting faith in something other than you that you haven't found that balance to be at. Some people will say anxiety is over toxification, viruses, autoimmune things. We could list like truly 15 things. I had 15 things down of what people say anxiety is. I'm like, holy hell. How do we come back to anxiety is the absence of light? Anxiety is the absence of trust in your body. Anxiety is the invitation for fear to take over your whole life. And you not think that you are the person steering it. You're not driving it. You are. You are. So the leadership, I was going to say old paradigm, but leadership of why we are so unaware of our body. They're training us through fear. They're training us through fear, and that is making them a whole lot of cash. Are they interested in you being happy? Are they interested in your marriage being the best it can be? Are they interested in you being the best mom or dad that you could possibly be? Are they interested in you not selling your soul for your paycheck for your 9 to 5? Are they interested in health? Well, no, they're not. Because that doesn't fuel their purpose. The purpose isn't to make you healthy. It's to slow down a symptom. So how do we start to live in a way that isn't scary? I talk about purpose a lot. I talk about mission a lot. Let your mission take over your life. Let your mission run through you. And some people will say, but I don't know what that is. I don't know my mission. I'm not talking about mission as in you visualize this empire. I'm not talking about that it's 100 steps down the road either. I'm talking about like what you're meant to do, who you're meant to be, what you're meant to bring forward. What is your day meant to feel like? And how do you follow that feeling of good? We weren't created to be medicated. We weren't created to be sad. By the way, sadness isn't bad. But not being able to get out of your bed and see the light and know that there's something for you feels like you're dead. What does it mean for you to feel alive? Society has a lot of different rules. Society has a lot of different threats. If you don't do this, then this. Society has a lot of different normals. But what do you stand for in those normals? When you're under my hands, or I'm in coaching and mentorship with somebody, anxiety is the focus on tomorrow being really scary. Anxiety is remembering that the past didn't go as planned and fearing that that will happen in this moment and tomorrow. Anxiety is trusting the fear more than you trust yourself to move through it. Anxiety is unhealed trauma. Anxiety is unsaid words. Anxiety is an unvoiced heart. What would happen in your life if you chose to have faith in your body? Have faith that your heart knows. Have faith that your voice is meant to be heard. Have faith that your purpose, your mission is right now being the best person you can and being really freaking proud of yourself. What if you saw today from the future's point of view instead of today from what happened in the past? How will you build a life very differently? If you saw it through, all right, this is what I'm imagining. This is what happy would look like. This is what light would feel like. How would it be different? Versus, well, I mean, I could do that, but man, the last time I did that, shit just kind of hit the fan, and I'm actually scared that will happen again. So I better not. Hold your tongue. Don't take a step. We don't want you know what to hit the fan. So, can we edit the coughs? So if we don't want shit to hit the fan, how can we start to trust in ourselves more today? How can we start to see a vision of what happy would look like today? How can you not wait until you get permission from somebody to do something that they've never done? How can you start to believe in yourself a bit more? How can you start to work on your personal power? How can you start to dive deeper into forgiveness? Forgiveness of you, your choices, your relationships. Forgiveness of where you came from. Anxiety, they say, is a medical condition. I don't believe it. I believe it's lack of trusting our heart, our soul, our voice for what we're meant to be today, for how we're meant to act today, for what we're meant to bring to life today. I see life as artistry. And the artist gets to paint whatever way she wants to. And you can't screw up your art. Anxiety is worrying about all the things that led to just even putting a color on a canvas, right? What color, where, what format, where should I do this, how should I do this, is it going to be good enough? Action erases anxiety. Action erases anxiety every single time. So when your body is stagnant, whether that's pain, weight, emotion, reproductive issues, inflammation of the gut, hormonal chaos, when the body is stagnant, the first thing we need to do is take action. Move. Make a decision. Say what you need to say. Go outside and walk. Right? Breathe. Get breath through your body. You see, anxiety is not a medical condition. It's become that. I have a lot of assumptions on why. But when we understand what they're doing and what they suggest we do, when we understand that we lost our power by taking that thing, succumbing to, I have anxiety. Actually, no, you don't. You have a whole lot of life that you don't even see as extraordinary. Start doing the things that matter. Start doing the things you love, even if it's one time a day. Start bringing your attention back into your body of how it feels, when it feels what. Start paying attention to what you've put your faith in, because interesting stat. Somebody who's been on an anxiety med, well, an SSRI, for I don't even know how many years, a lot of years, there's 100% rate of Parkinson's. And I would bet there's a whole lot more where that came from. I would bet there's 100% chance of a whole lot of things. Yeah. Because it changed our prefrontal cortex. It changed our amygdala. Amygdala is where fear sits. It changed it chemically, not physiologically. It changed it from the outside, not with what I got. Taking that thing didn't change any habit of me and of how I get through my day and of what tools I build. So, number one, what are you putting your faith in? Number two, are you being adjusted? Are you adjusted by somebody who sees the body as perfect and brilliant? Somebody who sees you as the partner with us. You being the one that's personally responsible to everything that can happen in your life. How are you looking to change the next generations? And have you recognized you are the direct correlator for your kids, for your students if you're a teacher, for your patients if you're a doctor, for your clients if you're anything other than that? You are the main influencer of their decisions going forward, especially for children. And can we start to trust that you have everything you need? You just need to trust that what you need is going to work. And then 4, you better take some action. Because truly, the greatest place of results and outcome is when you work with people, is when you have resources, is when you have support. And professional support, not your home, because everybody thinks the same. No, I'm going to make you think different. We're going to ask you questions that get you to believe that, like, this isn't like another doctor's office. Questions like, how much do you actually love your life? Yeah, I mean, of course, we might ask how you eat and how you sleep and how you poop, but really, at the core of it, how much do you love this life and how much faith are you putting in you? We're here to help you. We're here to help your kids. If you is struggling, I took a totally different twist here, right? Well, not different for me and not different for us, but definitely different from the normal. If you want this approach, you know where to find us. There aren't many of us here. Even in chiropractic, there aren't many who see it in a different way, who see nervous system regulation in a different way, who see safety in a different way, who have conversations with you, who help you rise to the next level. The next level is when you really believe in yourself. And you believe that no matter what, everything that I have in me is stronger than anything else I would take. So when you work with us, you become a partner. Just like nervous system regulation. It changes the brain, the amygdala, the prefrontal cortex, changes the vagus nerve. And by the way, chiropractic adjustments are the #1 way to change that. I know there's a lot of words out there. Buy this program, buy this course, do these videos every day, but let's get real. If there's interference in any part of your brain or body, in your tissues, in your ribs, in your spine, it isn't going to flow. So breath work might not be the only thing that will help you. We are the master nervous system regulators. We are. Chiropractors, especially holistic chiropractors, are. So I invite you to enter in a different way. If you're a current patient and you haven't been taking responsibility for what you do, and you've put us on pedestals, this is your invitation to take us off the pedestal and to recognize that you have the power. You are the one. That you work with people and you partner with people, but your body is freaking magic. Your body can do hard things. It just depends on what you put your faith in. Once again, Dr. Tiff, Healing Touch Chiropractic. Mwah. I love you guys.